Hello. Do you have a stock portfolio of large cap, mid cap, and small cap stocks that you began at the beginning of 2023 that's up 113%? Well, I do. Let's take a look. Today is May 16th, 2024. We're here to review Quant alphas. Let's get right to it. And feel free to pause the video if you need to look at the information more, because I will be moving at a vigorous pace. Here's my 6 model portfolios that I support on the website and update bi-weekly or monthly. Bi-weekly swings is my number 2, up 69%. But we're here to talk about Quant alphas, up 113% since it started in April of 2023. So let's take a look. Quant alphas, if we go back on the spreadsheet here, it started in April. As you can see, it started behind the benchmark, and over the months it's passed it and surpassed it by a wide margin. This print of 113% is the highest print we've had on the portfolio since started. So let's go take a look at the portfolio. On the left side here is my calculations of how I come up to 113%. Here we have the active positions in the portfolio. I believe we have around 25. As you can see, we have some very good performers. Take a look at CLS, Celestica, which had a company for electronic components. We have MOD, Modine Manufacturing, which is in the auto parts industry. POWL, Powell Industries, electrical equipment. And we also have, of course, SMCI, Super Microcomputer, which is the number 1 in the portfolio. And STRL, Sterling Infrastructure, Engineering and Construction. Over here, under closed positions, audit trail, these are the stocks that we've closed out of the model portfolio since it started. And over here, we keep track of the average positions per month and divided by the number of months to come up with the average transactions per month. Now, since the last update 2 weeks ago, we've had quite a few earnings reports that came out on the stocks that are in the portfolio. We're going to review a few of them today. We'll start with Bluebird Corporation. And Bluebird reported its earnings around May 8th, and here you can see I had a very good response to the earnings. I had a big jump and went up after the earnings. And here's the earnings report. Next, we're going to look at AppLovin, APP. And it had its earnings on May 8th also, and you can see it had a very good response to the earnings. And since it has gone up, it's kind of gone sideways. Let's take a look at the earnings report. Here we go. You see some nice results there. Some positive points. And of course, as always with earnings reports, there's some negative points. Next, we're going to look at GigaCloud Technology. And this is a end-to-end B2B e-commerce solution company. And it had its earnings also around May 8th. And as you can see, it had a dip. It looks like it was a dip after the report, and it came back up. But then it's kind of sold off since then. Let's take a look at this earnings report. You see, it seems it's fairly positive, but who knows what the street was expecting with it. And sometimes you can have a really good earnings report. It looks great on the numbers, but the market was, or the street, whatever, was expecting something more and very disappointed. Next, we'll go to Sterling Infrastructure, STRL. They're an engineering construction company. And their earnings was around May 6th. You can see the reaction was very good. It had a nice jump up, and it's been trending up ever since. Let's take a look at their earnings. And here they are. Doesn't look too bad, and the market did reward this. positive and negative points in this one too. Final one's Cardinal Health, and this one is a medical distribution company, and they had their earnings on May 2nd. As you can see, this is one of the stocks that had a negative reaction to the earnings. It dipped down and it's slowly trended down since. This is a big company, $23 billion company. A lot of people have heard of it. Let's take a look at the earnings. The earnings don't look horrible, but of course, Wall Street didn't like it. Let's take a look at my blog post, which I just sent out to my subscribers. Here we go. First of all, take a look at the Quant Alpha's definition of how we do it. Pause the video if you want to read it in detail. So we added one new stock today. There are a total of 25 in the portfolio now. And right here is the criteria that we use to narrow the selection. But quant rating is the determining factor. What was added was Brinker International, EAT. So let's take a look at that. Here's Brinker International. You can see it's a mid-cap stock. It does have some earnings. Has a pretty good volume here. They had their earnings around April 30th, and as you can see, it had a good reaction to that, and ever since it's been trending up. Let's take a look at the earnings. So here we are. Earnings are quite respectable. We have positive points and negative points, as always. Continuing on, the portfolio itself is up 113% since it began in April of 2023, and it beat its benchmark, which is EQAL, by 97%. Standard performers in the portfolio, which I sort of went over a little bit when we did the portfolio detail. SMCI, which is Supermicro Computer, up 772% since it was added in April of last year. Powell Industries, up 214% since it was added in May of last year. And Abercrombie and Fitch, up 173% since it was added in October of last year. Here's a link to the portfolio details. We already went over that. Here's a link to my YouTube trading channel. Here is the information about my other model portfolios. I have back tests for 5 of the model portfolios, but for Quant Alphas I don't have a back test since I'm unable to do that. So in summary, we added EAT, and the portfolio continues its strong move upwards. I believe it made an all-time record since we started going live with it for this update. And Supermicro Computers leading the way up once again after it kind of took a bit of a tumble a couple weeks ago because of its earnings, but now it seems on the upswing. If you'd like more information about my website and how I pick my stocks for my portfolios, you can click on this link here, Criteria for Stock Selection, and it will cover what's excluded, the fundamental data used, equal weighted starting value, dividends, and back tests. And if you would like to get the latest updates in my model portfolios as quickly as possible, go to my website and subscribe. It's free. Thank you. Hello, I guess that wraps up the video for today. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And if you did like the video, give me a like, and also make a comment if you feel you need to or want to talk about something. Thank you.